I just want to share what I've learned about my own experiences, because I'm in my 30s now and I had no idea about any of this stuff till about 6 weeks ago.
Here, what noise do potatoes make?
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the channel. My name is Cassandra and this is where I talk about my life, experiences and lessons learned to try and help other people who might be in similar situations. If that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about 3 reasons why I need corrective jaw surgery, which I personally found very surprising, and there are also 3 signs why you might need it too. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video because the original recording was just far too long. I went into quite a bit of detail, even though I specifically tried not to. I had this great big diagram and I did cry just a little bit explaining some of the struggles that I've had so far. When I went to edit it, it was just too much. My computer couldn't even handle it and I couldn't be bothered editing it. So this time I'm going to try even harder to keep it really short, not go into too much detail, and for the things that you want more information on, then let me know down in the comments and I can make separate videos about those. Before we get started, I just want to make it really clear that I am not a doctor or any kind of medical professional. I'm just talking about my personal experiences, the research that I've done based on my personal circumstances, and the information that I've received from consultations with orthodontists and surgeons. So everyone is obviously going to be different. Again, this is not medical advice in any way. I just want to share what I've learned about my own experiences, because I'm in my 30s now and I had no idea about any of this stuff till about 6 weeks ago. So let's go ahead and talk about the first reason why I need corrective jaw surgery, which is about my teeth. The reason I was surprised that my teeth are one of the reasons why I need jaw surgery is because my teeth actually aren't that bad. So they're definitely not perfect by any means, but if you can see them just while I'm talking now, they're not horrendous. So I do have a class 3 underbite or malocclusion, which basically means that the bottom jaw comes out a lot more than my top jaw. And in a healthy bite, you would want the teeth to sit something like this, so that the top teeth are just a little bit over and on top of the bottom teeth, but they should all kind of be straight and nicely aligned. In a class 2 overbite, something like this, where the top jaw is too far out and then you don't get like a nice connection between the teeth, which can cause problems with chewing. And in my case with the class 3 underbite, it's more like this, except I also have a concealed underbite, so my teeth have naturally tilted so that I don't have this big gap, but it's still a problem. So again, I'm gonna try really hard not to go into too many details, but if you take a look at these pictures that I've taken, you'll see here that my teeth are really slanting. I've got some crooked teeth going on. I have a crossbite on the top left side. It's left to me, right to you. And because of this, my midline also isn't completely in the center. So my top teeth are pretty much in the center of my face. That's not too bad. But because of all of these other issues, the bottom jaw goes off to the side, so that is not good. So another reason why this is surprising to me, aside from the fact that my teeth aren't that bad, I have been very good with my regular dental checkups over the years. I see a dentist multiple times a year, every year, and I also at some point was going to a dental hospital quite frequently as a child, not because there was necessarily anything wrong with me, but with this concealed underbite and the teeth tilting, apparently that was quite interesting. So I was asked to go to this dental hospital because it's also a dental school, and my dentist thought it would be interesting and helpful for the students there to take a look at me and try and learn from my mouth. Unfortunately though, they did not tell me that these issues with my teeth that I thought weren't too bad are actually possible reasons for having jaw surgery. Now, at some point when I was a child, and I'm talking like 10 years old, at some point I was offered jaw surgery, but I was told that it would be purely for aesthetic reasons and that I could be paralysed. Turns out those two things are not true. It's not just for aesthetic reasons, I'll get to that later on in the video, and there's also no chance of paralysis. It is possible to have numbness after jaw surgery, but as far as the information I've now been given in my 30s, paralysis is not a risk with jaw surgery. So sign number one that you may also need corrective jaw surgery is if you have any type of malocclusion or issues with your teeth. So as I said, differences in your bite, crowded teeth, unusual slants, gaps in the teeth and things like that could be a sign that you may need jaw surgery. The second reason why I need corrective jaw surgery that I found very surprising, I actually only found out about it in the last few days between recording this video the first time and recording it now. So I'm super shocked that my tongue is one reason why I need corrective jaw surgery. I've never had any kind of speech impediment. For the most part, I didn't think my tongue caused too much issues, but I actually have what is called tongue tie or restricted tongue mobility because of what's called the frenulum that sits under the tongue. It's basically kind of like an anchor or like some kind of ball and chain holding the tongue more in place than it should be. That means that there's improper tongue posture. It means that the tongue is putting pressure on the teeth and jaws where it shouldn't be, which can actually cause some of these issues with the teeth and the malocclusions that I just talked about. So I was really surprised to find out that something as simple as the tongue, which I thought was okay and I thought was normal, can actually be one reason for needing jaw surgery. Again, not to go into too much detail, but for example, there is a proper way to position your tongue in the mouth when relaxed. It shouldn't be touching any of your teeth. It shouldn't be resting on the bottom of your mouth. In my case, it touches all the teeth all the way around. It touches all of my mouth. There is no space for it to not touch. So that just blew my mind. Like, I didn't understand that at all. I didn't know that there was a correct tongue position to even have it cross my mind that there could be a problem. So yeah, I was super shocked about that. So that then is sign number two, that you may also need corrective jaw surgery if your tongue has restricted mobility. And finally, reason number three why I need corrective jaw surgery, and arguably the most important one, is because of a number of mystery health issues. So over the years, I have had a number of health issues which I thought were completely unrelated. I also have been having mystery health issues in recent years that I have visited several specialists for. None of them knew what the problem was. They didn't know what to do with me. One even made me take medication for something that I knew I did not have, just to see if it would help, which it obviously didn't. And then when I went back and said, okay, I've tried this medication, it didn't help. Now what? She said, I don't know. There's nothing else I can do for you. And that was it. So again, not to go into too much detail, but to give you some examples: long-term back, neck and shoulder pain, migraines, clenching of the jaw, sleep apnea, insomnia, throat issues which have been misdiagnosed as acid reflux, chronic laryngitis, lower back issues. I've also read that bladder issues and incontinence can be an issue. Thankfully not for me, but I do have indigestion issues. So there's all kinds of stuff going on, and again, I don't want to make this video super long, But if you have also been experiencing a string of medical issues, if they are getting worse over time, if you've also seen specialists and they don't know what to do for you, then that may be a sign that you also need jaw surgery. As I say, this one was really surprising for me because I've just had so many issues, I've seen so many specialists, and no one ever suggested to me that the problems could be at all related to the jaw. It was actually only once I went to see an orthodontist because I was wondering, my teeth aren't that bad, but maybe they could be better. I should go and get the information. I should find out whether I'm a candidate for straightening my teeth somehow. And it was only once I saw an orthodontist in Germany, which is where I currently live, that he actually took the time to explain to me why jaw surgery might be a good idea. And he was obviously able to clarify that jaw surgery, in my case and in many cases, is not purely for aesthetic reasons. If anything, that's, a nice side effect of having the jaw surgery, but really trying to resolve or prevent health issues is the biggest reason and the biggest motivator for me getting corrective jaw surgery. And I have also learned that it's such a near certainty that issues with the teeth and jaw will cause health problems that will only get worse over time if untreated. It's so much of a certainty that this will happen that the public health insurance in Germany is willing to pay thousands and thousands of euros for the jaw surgery, for the braces and all of the associated procedures, which aren't normally covered for adults, but they are willing to pay for them in people with cases like mine because they're so sure that if they don't treat it, it will actually cost them a lot more money. And in my case, I can definitely believe that because, as I say, I've had to see so many specialists who didn't know what to do for me. And, whenever something flares up again or gets worse or some other mystery health problem pops up, I have to see another doctor or specialist. So yes, I can definitely confirm from my personal experience that if corrective jaw surgery is not done, then health problems will only continue to appear and worsen over time. So those are my 3 main motivators for getting corrective jaw surgery: issues with the teeth, issues with the tongue, and then a number of associated health issues because of those things. I was very surprised by all that. Perhaps you're surprised by them too. If not, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you have any of these problems that I've talked about, it doesn't necessarily mean that you also need jaw surgery, but it's definitely a sign that you should have that conversation and get all of the information for your particular circumstances so that you can make an informed decision about what to do for yourself. So who do you see? If you think you may need corrective jaw surgery, don't just go to your dentist. I've seen so many dentists who never bother to tell me that this could be good for me. I would recommend going to an orthodontist in the first case. Alternatively, you can also consult with a maxillofacial surgeon. I think it's called maxillofacial? A face surgeon, okay? There are specialists who operate specifically on the jaw and they are obviously very well informed about the reasons why. They can assess you and so on. It may be quite hard to find one of those though or get an appointment, so in the first instance, go and see an orthodontist and hopefully they will be able to take it from there. I hope you found this video helpful. Again, I didn't go into too much detail on purpose, but if there is something that I mentioned that you want me to dive deeper into, then please leave me a comment down below to let me know what that is, and I will consider doing another video on that in future. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, share it with someone who you think may benefit from it, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye!